What's up, YouTube? Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I want to talk about the Quest 3. So for starters, this is my very first VR headset, as you can see. And honestly, man, I had a friend that had the Quest 2, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I was watching the Apple Vision Pro. I actually did a demo of it, and I was checking it out. And I'm just thinking, like, maybe I should look into the Quest 2, the Quest 3, I mean, to see kind of how they compare. So I went to Walmart and decided to pick one up. Now mine looks a little bit different because this is like a battery headband on here as well. So it's not the typical band that it comes with. But overall, I mean, the short answer, is this thing worth it? 1,000%. 1,000%. But so like I said, being that this is my very first VR headset, I wasn't really sure what to expect. I mean, I had saw the Oculus a couple years ago, but it's just something I really just didn't deep dive into. So believe it or not, my whole impression when it came to this type of, technology was that, okay, hey, this is a gaming device, basically a VR gaming system, virtual reality. That's exactly what I thought of it as. And it wasn't until I started looking more into it recently is when I noticed that, this is more comparable to, I'll probably say like an iPad, because you can do a lot of things that you can do on the computer. For example, browse the internet. You can even connect it to your work computer or your regular computer and have multiple monitors that way. So, I thought that was very interesting. Like I say, I thought it was a game system, but I would say it's a little bit of both. Aside from that, I think one of the big things that's kind of been hyped up on the Apple Vision Pro is going to be like the pass-through mode. So this actually has a pass-through mode as well. And honestly, the only difference I really saw is that on the Apple, it has higher quality cameras, so it looks a little bit better. Or not a little bit better, it is better in terms of how it looks. But honestly, well-lit area, this thing is perfectly fine and usable. Definitely another thing, so one of the other things I noticed from using this kind of right off the bat was the size and the weight. I think when I did my demo at the Apple Store, the Apple Vision Pro, the main thing you notice, I was out there about 10 minutes, is the weight. Keep in mind when you go into the Apple Store, they don't have the band that has this over the top. So the first band you use with the one with the demo unit is just a strap that goes around the device. I can honestly say that this ships with the band that goes over the top. Like I say, not this band, but it ships with like just a thinner one. And honestly, this device is it's a lot lighter, so it is more comfortable. In terms of the resolution and the screens, the resolution is pretty high. I can honestly say the Apple one is a little bit better. Like I say, it is OLED, so it is a little bit nicer, but this is still pretty nice as well. And honestly, when you're watching things like YouTube or just kind of browsing around, that's when you really start to see the quality, from my views on there. So primarily what this does is it's marketed as a gaming device. However, like I said in the beginning, I compare it to probably more of an iPad, being that it has apps on here as well. So probably my favorite app is everybody's favorite pastime, aka YouTube. If you actually go on my page, you can see a couple shorts that I made. But it has different apps. Another very popular app is going to be the immersive app. So this is what allows you to connect this to your computer, and now you can have up to 3 screens for free, or you can pay the fee and get like 5 screens, basically multiple monitor screens. It basically creates copies of your desktop screen. So I guess one of the big things is, who is this device for? And honestly, I think at $500, this thing costs $500. I think this is the perfect, probably like entry level VR headset for a lot of people. There's still more things you can do. I've seen plenty of people connected to like Xbox, PS5, or maybe they're streaming it from the computer, but some kind of way they're playing it on here. So that is a thing that could be done. I would say definitely kids who like video games, 1,000%. Now, if you're somebody like myself who maybe isn't going to game as much, but you kind of wanted multiple monitors, it's something it could be useful for as well. Now, there are several other devices that can do that as well, but this, like I say, it's like having an iPad on your face. So I think for that alone, this can honestly suit anybody who wants to kind of experiment with VR but doesn't want to spend $3,500. Honestly, you can get this one or even get like a Quest 2 and you could definitely play around with it. So like I said, I spent about 30 minutes with the Apple Vision Pro at the Apple Store, and honestly, the main thing I like about the Apple Vision Pro is 1,000% the design is definitely where they shine. The design is great. Like I said, it definitely has OLED displays in Apple Vision Pro. So this one doesn't have OLEDs, but I mean, it's still fairly nice. So yeah, this one doesn't have OLEDs, but I mean it's fairly nice as well. So the pass-through mode, as I said earlier, is definitely going to be clear on the Apple Vision Pro, primarily because the Apple Vision Pro has better, the Apple Vision Pro has better cameras on the outside. Keep in mind, this device came out maybe 5 months ago, or like maybe 4 or 5 months ago. It came out last October, so Apple definitely succeeds there. In terms of functionality, I think the eye detection on the Apple Vision Pro is superior. But keep in mind, if you get the Quest Meta Pro, you can use that same eye detecting software. Now, of course, it's not exactly the same, but it's going to be pretty comparable. Honestly, with this, I like using the hand gestures, or I like using the remotes. I think both, work just fine. I think for most people like myself who are probably just going to get the Vision Pro to just like connect it to your computer, only thing I would say that would make the Vision Pro probably better for sure is the fact that you can connect, your whole iCloud stuff is on there, so you can text message, all that good stuff. This is a separate device, so that's one area where I definitely like the Vision Pro, because you're in the Apple ecosystem. But for everybody who's just trying to like get, a fix and honestly, play around with something that's affordable, great to use. Like I say, it has a battery, so you don't have to worry about a wire or anything like that. Lighter headset, cheaper, and you can do, I would say, probably 80 to 90% of the same things, and you can do all the gaming stuff, which the Vision Pro is not superior at all. But also keep in mind, Vision Pro isn't marketed as a gaming device, so you have to keep that in mind. But overall, I think this is definitely something I could recommend. Like I said, this is my very first VR headset. I would 1000% recommend it. I think when you put this thing on and turn it on for the first time, you can just immediately see the potential, but also the value. Like I said, who wants to spend $3,500 on a headset that they're probably rarely going to use, but also a headset that's going to weigh them down and you're going to feel? Now, don't get it wrong. If you want the Apple Vision Pro, I think people should go buy it. I'm one of those types of people. I think whatever you want in life, you should definitely get like that. Yeah, I think this is a crazy value. Mark Zuckerberg was pretty much right in his video. But yeah, if you have any questions related to the Quest 3, hey, just let me know. I'm not really big into just doing reviews like that, but I am big in terms of speaking on my perspective and giving people insight with things that I've actually used. Like I say, I think this device is 1000% worth it. I think it's something for all ages. It's definitely a fun device and definitely something you can just get creative and experiment with. Like I said, hey, if you have any questions related to the Quest 3, just let me know. As I said in the beginning, this is my very first VR headset. I may pick up an Apple Vision Pro just to kind of play around with it. I haven't really decided. Like I said, I do recommend everybody go to the Apple Store and set up an appointment, go to the Apple Store, because I did do that, and it was an interesting device. But being that I've been able to use both, of course I spent more time with this one. I can honestly say, well, we already know value-wise, come on, it's not even a comparison. But if you want something just as cool that can do a lot of the same cool stuff, oh yeah, I think it's probably nothing better than this right here. But yeah, let me know what you all are thinking. Hey, more videos coming soon. I want to do a video that's a little bit different today. Like I said, I've been messing with this headset, and I'm like, you know what, let me go ahead and share it with people online to see what people think about this device. Like I say, more videos coming soon. It's a lot of different stuff I want to do, but I wanted to talk about this device. And until we meet again.